Welcome to, each and everyone for today's webinar conducted by the MSME and Startup Promotion Board. Myself is the Secretary, CMA Dr. Shumita Chakraborty. Want to start the program. Our today's topic is MSME schemes, CMAs role. And our learned speaker is CMA Udaya Shankar Pradhaturi sir. But before we start the program, just we want to have that institute's anthem, please.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
I want to tell you about our chairman, CMA Suresh R. Gunjali sir. He has become suddenly occupied. That's why he has apologized. And if his time permits, he may join meantime. That is the message was what he has said. So before we start the program, there is an introduction about today's speaker, CMA Udaya Shankar Pradhaturi sir. Sir he holds a master degree in commerce from Osmania University, diploma in management from IGNOU, Indira Gandhi National Open University. He is a postgraduate. He holds a postgraduate diploma in public accounting. He is a fellow member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. His competencies are in financial and cost accounting system, in management practices in enterprises, techniques of project formulation and appraisal, enterprise sickness and turnaround strategies, and profit planning. He is having 50 years in the field experience in the fields of training, research, and consultancy. He is the president of Relcom Marvel Owners Welfare Society for the last 2 years. He has completed training programs in 28, both national and international, organized seminars at least 22. His research and consultancy involved in 22 research projects. He is having publication in 24 articles in journals of reviewed books. He has published books or associated with publication of 21 books. He is associated with 5 recruitment agencies. He is a member of 14 organizing committees. He is a member task force on MSME and startup of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India in 21-22. eminent member of the jury for SME Awards. He was having TV coverage at more than 9 coverage on the skill development programs. He was the guest faculty and visiting faculty to 57 organizations, including universities, banks, industry, and associations. He is the chief guest or guest of honor in at least 26 organizations of repute. As Director General in charge in the NIMSME, he has generated a revenue of more than rupees 22 crores and surplus of over 2 crores. This is the highest in the institute's history. He has visited country personally, USA, and officially Bangladesh and Ethiopia. So, Sam, it is now over to you. You please enlighten on the topic in today's
Thank you
topic,
very much, madam.
that is MSME schemes, CMAs role. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, shall I start
Yeah,
the
madam.
PPTs?
Yeah. Thank you.
The prosperity. এটা দিকে। চাইলে দিলে তারপর।
Yeah.
Sir, is it visible to you?
Yeah, it is visible, madam.
Okay, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Can I have the next slide, please? Madam, turn to the next slide. Yeah. I profusely thank the Institute for giving me the opportunity to interact with all of you. Being with the MSMEs for the last 5 decades, I would like to share my practical experiences in the MSMEs. The definition of MSMEs has recently changed. Probably you are aware in the budget session, it was mentioned. Micro enterprises, it is 2.5 crores. Small enterprises, it is 35 crores, and then medium enterprises 125 crores. Then the turnover is 10 crores and 100 crores and 500 crores. So there is a total shift in the definition. By virtue of it, now almost all enterprises mostly covers under the MSME. So that is the beauty of it. But generally, when we talk of schemes and benefits, the focus is on the micro and small enterprises, not on the medium enterprises, because of the limitations. So focus is on the micro and small enterprises. And definition is concerned, focus is on the investment in plant and machinery. And when we say MSMEs, it includes service as well as production enterprises. So overall, it goes very well with. So that is about the definition of MSMEs. Next, please. Yeah. I just wanted to tell you this specifically the startups where the encouragement has been taking place. So food processing, textiles, and specialized products, and printing and packaging, and there is MSME startups, and there is what is called guide. What is our role here? Actually, if you are MSME Mitra, if you can register yourself, you can guide them. From the point of view of enterprise startup particularly, the focus is on the first generation entrepreneurs who has no business knowledge, so that you are inculcating the habit of entrepreneurship. I think you all know from Borista, there is one guy who started OYO and today it is a multi-millionaire. So this kind of enterprises, we try to guide them and make them scalable. So initially it is a small enterprise, it scales up over the period. I have number of such cases where I have guided them and they become entrepreneurs. By virtue of it, also consultancy fees is also charged for it. Nothing is free in this world. So that is how we promote them. So MSME Mitras is our role, and the focused areas of startups are also given for information. So that is about the startups are concerned. Yeah, next please. This is what is actually the stages of operation where we have a role to play. You can be only on research and development, or pilot plants, or it could be trial run or commercialization. Now, what will happen? Many of the large enterprises nowadays are funding for various purposes. For instance, pharmaceutical companies. There are a lot of scientists who will not be on the payroll of the company, but they do a lot of research and development in this. Similarly, advertisement companies. There are a lot of advertisement companies which will just give you a logo and charge heavily for that. So this is our role. Whatever the stages are there, we can try to help them and make our consulting a very effective manner. As a matter of fact, you all know that rupee, which we used to write RS, now it is coined in a different way, for which the government has recognized the person and gave a lot of money for it. So even that small change brings a lot of effective role of the consultants in the MSMEs. So any stage of operation, we can help these enterprises to come out, and that is our role comes into picture. Yeah. Next, please. Now, generally, if you look at some of the states, particularly I know Punjab, I used to visit number of times. This model of shop in shop happens. What is that shop in shop is? Each supplier is given, not all suppliers, but very important suppliers are given a space within the premises, so that he will be producing according to the requirements and then delivering it, so that there is no cost of operations for the person MSMEs. So we can develop such model which will help them to have a shop in shop model instead of having their own enterprise operations, which is not affordable for very small enterprises. Of course, big enterprises they can do it. So I'm talking of small enterprises. Shop in shop model happens. Like pharmaceutical companies will have packaging units within the premises. So it is outsourced, but in enterprise that is what happens. Then original equipment manufacturers. We all know any item which has the corporate, if you what do you call, break down the components, you will find from different enterprises that comes from. Say for instance, Maruti. If you just see the Maruti company annual report and see the number of suppliers, OEMs for Maruti, that speaks the volume of the business that happens. They are all original equipment manufacturers, so that is an advantage of having OEM with somebody to get it. Then you have one more model is manufacturing and on behalf of others. This happens specifically when you see the bottling companies. Not only bottling companies, even the biscuit manufacturers, like the famous companies biscuits. If you just see the wrapper, you will understand. Produced on behalf of somebody, particularly Parle G, world's renowned in terms of quantum of biscuit production. You'll find they are all produced by different players. So that is how the manufacturing on behalf of them can be taken up, so that you don't have to worry about marketing. You are focusing only on manufacturing. The other way around is you are producing and somebody is selling. This happens mostly with the PTK. There are many of them which are doing now today. Amazon and all these players are also doing this model. So that is another model which happens. Then brand equities. What happens? Small enterprises sometimes they don't have money. Uh, I think you all know that valuation of brands are also happening today. So what they do is, if you want to sell, you are not selling the company, you are selling only one brand. Like I have because I read every day 4 to 5 hours about MSMEs, what they are happening around the country, and then try to educate people. Like one guy in Kerala who manufactures hair oil, which makes hair little black. So then Godrej took that brand into its fold. So that is how brand purchases can happen. So if you have very good brand, you can also dispose the brands and make money out of it. So that is one other model which can happen. Then uh, another activities that can also happen by uh, models. These are the operation model strategies that you can adopt. Yeah, next please. Yeah, this is important scheme of the government of India for MSMEs. I was actually in charge for the intellectual property center and also management department for some time. So there is what is called National Manufacturing Competitive Program, where startups are identified. Nowadays, there are many institutions have started startups. Incubation centers are to be identified. You just note down and then interact with them, guide those startups till they become commercial proposition, which is a big money for anybody to come. Then the second is lean manufacturing. How do we address this? They're encouraged to form SPVs or clusters. Now we are also associated in almost all the states with these clusters. The idea of clusters is you will have scaling up, common facility centers, and marketing. All these things comes into picture. So we can chip in and associated with it. Then technology upgradation. Now every sector there is technologies are upgraded. So what kind of technologies that can be adopted should be given notice to that. Then comes the quality, for which the government has separate scheme. They are encouraging that zero defect models, so that can happen. And barcode nowadays, you are aware everywhere everything is sold under barcode. Even fruit vendor, vegetable vendors, they are using barcodes. So that is where. And the government also gives funding in addition to consulting charges. So if you are looking at from both sides, because you are representing on behalf of the enterprise, and also government is going to give them some money, so it is both way you get benefited. Then marketing uh, aspects also come. That is where participated in exhibitions and international exhibitions. As a matter of fact, I visited Bangladesh on behalf of Government of India, and by virtue of it, what will happen? You will also get some consultancy. Of course, I have not got being a government official, but I have assigned this consultancy to a third party on behalf of government that was related to the poultry from India. One of the experts went there and did a lot of consultancy for them. Similarly, I visited Ethiopia. There also we did some research on this. So this is what you are helping them, and where Government of India will give the money for participation in exhibitions, including display charges, etc. But it is not individual, it is from the association. So we should plan in such a way that is harmonious group can happen. So that is the model of RMCP is concerned. Yeah, next please. Clusters. Uh, our institute, National Institute for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, we have done clusters throughout the country. You name any state, I visited almost all the states in the country, nook and corner of this country, and because of the clusters. Now, what will happen? There are two schemes you have seen very clearly. One is urban area, another is rural area. So, if you look at the Ministry of MSME, there are joint secretaries. One looks after MSMEs, one looks after ARI, agro and rural industries. So the agro and rural industries will talk about second scheme, and the first one is talked by the ARI MSME. So ARI SME, ARI as joint secretary SME and ARI are two different schemes. And incidentally, there are two financial institutions associated. SIDBI is associated with one, NABARD is associated with. And if anybody is interested, you can go and give proposals and then make this cluster approach to happen. And this is having also a fund for the consulting, where Government of India has given grants to be used for the consultants. So that is around 2 to 3 years of continuous association with the clusters. So that is how it happens. So clusters are another model which can get into. Yeah, next please. I am going a little fast because of time constraint. You all know. However, I'll give my email. Those who want any specific thing, I can give your consulting without much of difficulty. That is what my job is all about. This is another scheme, Vishwakarma scheme, where there are identified very recent scheme, identified 18 trades. End-to-end solution can be done. What is that? End-to-end. One of the best things that they have done is, for instance, craftsmen. So each craftsman, how you can start with this branding, value addition, marketing, barcoding, all these things can be linked and then try to help them in the process. That is what is all about the business is about Vishwakarma scheme. And all these schemes, you will find in the Ministry of MSME website. Okay, so this is another scheme which is we are talking about. Yeah, next please. Then industrial clusters. Some of them are special economic zones are there, which are Santa Cruz export promotion zone. There are many states. You name it, every state they have SEZs are there. So that is one. Second is you have government industrial estates, private industrial estates, cooperatives, and then ancillaries, women. Then this kind of estates are there. Now, what is our role there? Every state has infrastructure development institutions are there. They take up this industrial estate concept, and it takes number of years to become that industrial estate commercially viable. So we say that is basic infrastructure, commercial infrastructure, and then social infrastructure is built. So it takes almost 5 years to 10 years to start an industrial estate. Now, if we chip in along with the industry association members, we can guide them. How do you get your plot allotment? What is that registration? What are the facilities required? Utilities required? Common facilities. These can be developed where you will be associated. And Government of India and state governments have funds for this. for various purposes. Through the association, it will happen. So that is what the cluster approach is all about. Industrial estates with the clusters approach. Yeah, next please. We have in India, I think now 21 intellectual property facilitation centers are there. Now what will happen is, uh, if you are going to a private party, they will charge heavily. Instead of that, if you are going to the intellectual property facilitation centers with all the documents, properly guided, you will be getting, this intellectual property rights into the name, and government also reimburses to the people accordingly. So what are those things? You all know it is very simple: copyrights, technology aspects, then industrial designs, trademarks, and GI. The last one is very important. GI is a very big task. You are associated with some industry associations, and then you are giving the GI. By virtue of it, today we have, I think, 70 or 100, nearly I think 100 GIs are there. So government of India is now encouraging GI. How GIG happens is, if you know very well, Nagpur is known for Santra, Kashmir is known for apples, Assam is known for tea. So this is how GI can be initiated. That is not given to the individuals, but it is given to the association. There, nobody can, give that name to that, except to that place which it belongs to. So your identity by which, GI, the value of the product will increase. So that is how the intellectual property facilitation centers are helping them. And there is a lot of work associated. I was in charge for some time for this intellectual property rights. So you can basically help them from that perspective. So that is where the intellectual property rights are going to come. Yeah. Next, please. This is coming to the financing part. I think you all know. I was trained almost all the bankers in the country, not only in this country, in across the world, across the globe, from not developing countries, not developed countries, developing countries. In fact, I have trained bankers of Ethiopia as well as Bangladesh exclusively. It's a Herculean task, but you need to leave a lot of orientation for this. Now, what will happen is this 40% of your funding will go to the priority sector. So agriculture, 80%. Among the 18%, 8% will go to the small and marginal farmers. So in case you find such people who are small and marginal farmers, we can ask them to tap the funds from the bank under that scheme, where the interest rates are very, very low. So that is what happens. Second is micro enterprises, which is around 7%. Third is for the weaker sections, 18%. So they have classified under these categories. In addition to that, they are focusing on exports and other areas of operation. So there are two institutions which will help you in this process. One is ECGC, Export Credit Guarantee Corporation, which will help you in giving credit as well as guarantees. And by virtue of it, you will also understand the risk perceptions of the country and the guarantee coverages that can happen in the business. Then if it is a bigger model, you have what is called Exim Bank, Export Import Bank of India, where we had good rapport with them. I used to be associated with these institutions. Though I have retired, but even now I get connected to these people. And so if we can help them, these areas, we'll get into some sort of priority sector lending through the bank. And it is mandatory to finance this priority sector lending. So if we can identify the right people and give to the banker, banker will happily accept this proposals accordingly. That's a modus operandi which you can do. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah, financing priority sector. What happens is, terms of term loan for entrepreneurs recently started, where they said, you can get, up to rupees, 3 crores, and then, that will also be given, so many members, targets are given, so many lakhs. This is a budget, recent budget, so you can take advantage of it. Any good entrepreneur who has, that scheme, because they have also have targets, so invariably it is easy to catch up with this. Then guarantee covers are there for MSCs. I told you already, 10 crores is there. For startups, it's 20 crores. Export MSMEs, it is again 40 crores. Now, most of the people, what they think, are since there is a guarantee cover, we can get it. No, it is not possible. All that documentation, the strategies you have to work out, which is a long, lengthy process. It takes about 6 to 8 months only to prepare a report, because the kind of conditions which are laid down for the purpose of the guarantee cover, that is there. So guarantee cover, just because there is a guarantee cover, it doesn't mean that you are going to get the money. So people assume that you get the guarantee. No, it won't happen. You need to follow the procedures which are available in this scheme. Then we have upfront subsidy. I think you all know. Earlier, they used to have upfront subsidy. So what used to happen is, when you give upfront subsidy, people used to start enterprise. Then after the subsidy is taken, they will close the enterprise. So instead of upfront subsidy, they have actually started back-end subsidy. But however, recently again government came with an idea of upfront subsidy for certain sectors. So you can think about the upfront subsidy where it is happening. Then you can also help them to seek this upfront subsidy. That will help you in this. Then we have what is called credit rating. I am in fact associated with this rating agencies. I was incidentally happened to be 2 years 3-member company national what do you call awards for MSMEs. Here, what will happen is, you have to prepare the entire company profile and submit to the agencies. Just not submitted, but continuously, provide information to the rating agencies, so that the rating will change based on the performance that is happening. So if we are structuring the enterprise, then the rating will go up. I have seen some of the NGOs who are very good rated, and these NGOs have their own banks have started up their own NGOs after the latest stage. This is where our professionals can help them to get that rating agency, connect to the rating agency. It's a Herculean task, but entrepreneurs should be given this scope. By virtue of rating, what will happen? Your norms are little minimized. The interest rates are also low, and also you are getting your vendor uh, you know rating also helps. So rating is not just one; it helps in many ways. Like you are buying some ACs, etc. You have seen ratings are happening. So that is why rating we can help them to get rated and build accordingly to this model. So that is financing private sector can happen. Yeah. Next, please. Yeah. Uh, Credit card for micro enterprises. This is again a new scheme. So where you can find any micro enterprise which wants credit cards up to 3 lakhs it is given. So you can build 10 lakhs during the first year. So budget announced hardly few days back. So somebody can identify the micro enterprises with a very structured approach to the project report preparation. Give them, you get this credit cards up to 3 lakhs. So very small enterprise which is very doing very well. I know in Karnataka and Maharashtra, in Karnataka I have seen one person who was a BTech. He was producing fuel briquettes from waste. In Maharashtra, I have seen one automobile engineer doing Hero Honda service station. So like that, any person who is want to do scientifically, we can build that report and what is called GMP, good manufacturing practices are to be enlightened and it should be followed. So automatically we'll get credit cards up to that money which is available. So there is a target which is there. Then street vendors program is also there. They have targets for this. I know one woman social entrepreneur. She converted the entire business model into commercial venture. We can take up such activity. I'll give you some example for this. Rack pickers. In India, rack pickers is a big business. So what this lady has done is she has identified these people, listed them out, and then they have given them some cards. Then they are tied up for some insurance agency. Then today it's a big business for them because their identity is there. Then insurance coverage is there. Then facilities are created. Then you also have corporate social responsibility. Some corporates they will fund you. So this kind of operations can be done where street vendors development projects can be taken up. So I am talking about this for the micro enterprises and street vendors. These are schemes where very very good targets and recent budget also is emphasizing that. So I am talking of where the budget is emphasizing because ministries change their schemes based on they have schemes. One priority will happen at one point of time, another will take up back seat. So we should know which is front seat and accordingly we move this model. In fact, I am associated with MSME schemes preparation. Third time, though I have retired 10 years back, I have prepared on behalf of the ministry and associated in presenting these schemes in a format which you will find in the ministry website. So that is how my role of MSME schemes comes into picture. Yeah, next please. Yeah, Mudra loans. I think you all know that there are Shishu, Kishore, and then Tarun and Tarun Plus. So what will happen? They expect them to scale it up. So you start a very small enterprise, then street vendors, that is tissues, and then become kishores, and then tarun. So what does it mean? You are identifying good entrepreneur who has the skills. You can project the long term plan, maybe 5 years, 10 years down the lane. So what normally these entrepreneurs think is, why do I make wait for so many years? If you wait for a longer period, waiting will increase and your value will increase. So what will happen is, first you take Shishu loan, then you repay, then go to Kishore, then go to Tarun, then Tarun Plus. Then one fine morning you will be out of that Mudra scheme. So that is how the Mudra school scheme is going to help you. Now what will happen? Most of these schemes are through self-help groups. And I was also associated with self-help groups. I don't know how many are familiar. Basically, banker will not give any money. They expect to open an account in the bank and save themselves in the bank. And incidentally, over a period, based on their inter-term lending, their rating, then what is called guarantees, co-guarantees, then slowly it is improved. Then slowly these SHGs, self-help groups will go about. Then NGOs and voluntary organizations like that, you can get along and do this kind of funding through Mudra loans. So that's where we are talking about. Yeah. Next, please. Yeah. This is now I'll come to that, one-to-one activity. This is high-end projects, not low-end projects. You normally entrepreneurs would not like to go to IPOs. They think my role will go out. As a matter of fact, if you all see any corporate today, the chairman will never hold 100% in the corporate. You all know. Hardly few percentage just to have a power they will hold it. So we have to inculcate them this aspect of get into the IPO model. So when you get IPO model, you will get into the corporate style and then you improve yourself. So there is a BSC and SME exchange. Both they have their own IPOs. You have seen the number of IPOs which have come up and the funds are raised. Now, what is our role there? Just go through the website. You will find these corporates with examples to what they are doing, etc. And some of them, they are at the nascent stage. They don't know where to buy. So we should help them in this. So normally, what I do is I'll check the websites, talk to them, share my email. Then somebody will respond. Then I'll tell them I'll play a role. Initially, they will not pay much money, but once they know, they'll start paying a little bit of it. So that is how slowly you get into that, and once he becomes IPO, it's a big business that can happen. Yeah, that is SME IPOs model, both are BSC, SME exchange, which we are talking about. Yeah, next please. Yeah, this is procurement. I was actually associated with GEM programs for various institutions, government e-marketing. Now, most of the manufacturers, they have a difficulty. They don't know how to put their products into the GEM portal. How do you price this product? How do you regularly check the market prices of the products? So you can help these small enterprises to get into this mode through GEM portal, where the target is 25% of the procurement from SMEs, and then out of that women and SC STs are also there. So that will help you. Then sub targets are also there for MSMEs. Then you have also startups where DPIIP registered. If you are registered with the DPIIP, all startups are not entitled. Though you are registered with DPIIP, Department of Promotion of Industries and Promotion, that you can register and you become that. Then priority is given to, I was already mentioning, priority sector, first generation, and local people are given. That is called Make in India program. So if you can get into the Make in India, that will help you in the procurement of job portal. And you can search job portal. You can guide these entrepreneurs to get into job portal. There are a lot of products. If you see the job portal, you will understand. But this product development, posting them, then checking prices, then identify the tenders, participate in the tenders. It's a big game. You should go through and help these MSMEs to get into it. Yeah. Next, please. Yeah. Next, madam. Can you turn to next page, next madam? Madam, are you able to hear me, madam? Hello? Yeah. This is, recently they have introduced, no, earlier, Saras. No, madam. Earlier, Saras. Can you turn to the other, the previous slide? Yeah. This is, SLG products where, corporates are tying up. Many of the, corporates are coming up, SLG products. You can also try to develop, Saras products. Saras products are nothing but, women entrepreneurs products are there. This self-help groups, you identify them, have the products and build a corporate profile and sell them and through the GEM portal registered. So you'll find these products which are there. Then there is vendor development. Always check the vendor development. Ask these MSMEs to participate in the vendor development exhibitions to understand how this vendor development happens. Then vendors are rated based on their performance. That can be done. Then you also see the number of MSMEs on that. More than 8 lakhs are there registered. So that can happen. Then most of the registered women, registered SC/STs, all these are there. So you can also guide these people to get into that registration to the GEM portal. Though delayed payment happens, but sometimes price marketing problems are there. Better to go for that. Yeah. Next, please. Yeah. I am just giving you out of the subject, but relevant to that. Social entrepreneurship is very important. One is corporate social responsibility. We did 2 projects for during my service. Three projects. One for BHEL, one for ECIL. Third we have done for NMDC. Now, lot of funds are available with the PSUs and the corporates, but end user funds are very important. So you can suggest which is the best end user funds for the funding that is happening for it. That should be, on the basis of sustenance model. So, for instance, I am giving you a what do you call a computer center. A computer center can be financed by the corporate, but it should be operated by somebody on a commercial basis. Not too much charges, but some charges which are based on that, so that this modeling help you. I have given you examples. I often quote these examples. You all know very well. Dindeshwar Pathak, who has done Sulabh model, and then Maji, you all know Mountain Man. Then Payang, who has done related to the forest, and then Singh, who has done for the field. So just imagine if you are tied up with one person and develop this entire funding model, it is social enterprise. There are many organizations which will help, and it is a long range plan. Okay, so there are many of things. For instance, I know there is what is called Waterman. I know one in Karnataka, Snake Charmer. So you find these guys. We should help them, and then tie up ourselves with them for funding, so that you will have do education programs. I know one person who brings the plants in a uh, vehicle to the institutions and teach them botany. So this kind of business models can happen. There are a lot of social aspects of business. You can look at it. If anybody wants, I can also help you in this model. Yeah. So that is social aspects of entrepreneurship. Next, please. Yeah. Scaling up can happen. This is, I think you all know, world's largest cooperatives in the dairy farm. Credit goes to only one person. So I always say, believe one person who can change the entire system. So you believe yourself, we can change the entire system. There's nothing to worry. Probably nobody has explained about my profile. I joined as a daily wage typist, became a director general. So nothing stops you. It doesn't mean that all will become that, but you try. I am 70, but still I do that. So that is all it matters. Then Swaminathan, you all know, is scholars will come to his house even after retirement and guide them. That is what they do. Then B.V. Rao into the Venkateshwara is poultry. Then the best example I often quote is, Lichat Papad, Sri Mahila Udyog, Griha Udyog. This is the best example where there are no employees, all women, no salaries to anybody, produce and so we talk of costing. They are following this costing model very effectively. So I developed a lot of case studies on this and explain to them. So that is what happens. So there are different models which are there. You can also look for it. Yeah. Next, please. This is focused areas. This is again the new budget has talked about. This we can think about it. Atal Thinking Labs in government schools. So I was mentioning earlier, government schools have limitation of infrastructure. So what you can think of is some sort of movable vans where you can do from one school to another school every day. As under CSR funding, you can look for it. Suppose there are 10 schools or 20 schools in a place. A morning one school, evening one school. Then you think of some model which is business model and help them to that. So that is how your thinking lab can help you, encourage them to get into it. So that's model which is happening. Then we are all talking of AI. Government has started 500 crores funding for that. Think about where our institute can also play a role. There are a lot of fields where our institute can play a role. One of the best examples I can give you is inventory valuation. Now, if large projects are there, you are not physically going and checking, but using the drone, you are able to value the inventory and then record yourself. So, as a cost accountant, we should also develop this focused areas. What kind of technologies are to be used for the purpose of our business model. So that is what we are talking about. Then uh, manufacturing, Udyami Make in India, where they are focused on PV cells and other areas of. This is a decent budget. So let us focus, identify these sectors. I already doing a lot of research in this and trying to identify these institutions and help them this model. Yeah. Next, please. I am coming to the sectoral issues. Now, this is where the areas of focus which can happen. There are organic farming. Sikkim is the best example today. Anybody who is talking about it, you will understand. Then there is artists called farmer producer organizations, where we have a very big role to play. ITC, IKEA, they are all trying to buy, but then you need to help them to grade them and pack them, send them properly, brand them. So this is the area where you can help. In fact, I get some products from different states. I get silver from West Bengal and certain items from Tamil Nadu. Because I have a lot of SMEs who are very small, poor people. I help them in this model. It's a big business which you can think about. Yeah, next please. This is a beautiful example. Beekeeping is a big business now. Apiculture, which we call, and dairy also is very good. You can think about those areas where you can take. Another is horticulture, which is going up. In Madhya Pradesh, I think you might have seen, 50,000 rupees per kg of mangoes, where one security person and dog will sit with at the mango tree and help them. So you can imagine the cost of fruit, how much it costs you. So that is what to do. Then I also seen at Mahabaleshwar strawberries how they make big business. So that can be done. Where is it? Next, please. Then this is again another project which is there. They are talking of districts. One district, one product. ODOP scheme. Identify those products and then help those products come up. Yeah. So that is one of the projects which happens. Right. Next, please. Yeah. Defense, they have opened up. So everybody who wants to produce, some products. There is a scheme exclusively for SMEs where you can register and produce the products, which are not highly technical, but it has its own technicality, and they give technology also free. So free in the sense not shared with anybody, but used for themselves. Like gloves, shoes. I know a lot of people who make these small products and still make badges, caps. So a lot of things which are happening. So that's a defense production of skills. Yeah, next please. Yeah, I know time is up. That's why I'm also looking at it. Already message has come. Then tourism, we have a lot of schemes are there. I think you all know performance linked incentives are there. So you can also think about performance and based on that you can. Yeah, next please. I wanted especially talk about Kerala, Kottakkal, Ayurveda, how it has become. That is a big example for it. Then zoo. We have actually we did a project, international program on tourism and hospitality. We have adopted this from German-based organization. They said zoo can be privatized, like corporate sponsorships, meetings, sponsoring animals. This can be developed. That can happen. Then I give you that Kumbh Mela example. You all know how many crores has been generated. So we can also think about how to invest, what kind of enterprises can happen. So that's a model. Yeah. Next. This is Namo Didi program, where Prime Minister himself has given drones to the self-help groups. Recently, I was reading one article. One IIT Chennai person who has developed this drone from Calcutta to Hyderabad, Chennai in 600 rupees traveling. It is on the trial run, but it is going on. And there are a lot of drones are being used in various states. We should help them in this process. Freely, government is giving drones to them, training them, everything is given. So you can also help them. Yeah, next please. Yeah, this is actually where I used to take 1 day session on production linked incentive schemes, where there are so many sectors which are covered. Since the time is too short, I expect you to just go through and then I'll end up shortly. Yeah, next please. Next, advanced chemical cells, automobiles. These are the two sectors. Further, we'll go into the details when somebody is need of it, right? Next, drones. I have already explained. Yeah, next, please. E-bicycles. It is emerging area, so you can think about it. Then electronics and IT. Yeah, next, please. Yeah, finished toys. I'll give you one example. Those who belongs to uh, Karnataka, there is Chennapatna, which is very well known for toys. I have visited that unit. I used to buy also from there. Then food processing, there's a water value addition. Then furniture and garments. Garments is a big business. I think you all know Bangladesh is the first one which does furniture. I suggest you think about the completely knockdown models like IKEA. Yeah, next please. Then uh, uh, this area uh, that is one. Then leather products, particularly Agra is famous for it. You all know. Next, medical devices. It is happening in a big way, so you can think about it. Yeah, next please. You and renewable energies. A lot of people are coming into this field. Yeah, next. Specialty steel, of course, it is beyond the MSMEs specifically. Next, telecom and networking, a lot of products are available. Yeah, next, please. Textiles, this is also high-end. Yeah, next. White goods, we have a cost accountants have a role to play. They have also given very clearly. Yeah, next, please. Yeah, I think almost finished. Now I'll just talk about I think our role that comes into picture. Promotion of entrepreneurship. We ought to promote, identify only first generation entrepreneurs. Where do I identify? School dropouts, colleges, universities. I often go to these institutions. They invite me. They don't give you anything. They'll give you one bouquet, nothing else. But by virtue of it, one or the two people who will seek your guidance. They will pay you small monies. Once they grow, they will give you big money. So that is what first generation entrepreneurs. Second is formalities. Each sector needs a different formality. So we should develop what kind of formalities are required, like GEM portal registration, MSME registration, all these registrations. All it matters in that. So registration, by virtue of it, you get some. Then what happens is existing enterprises, they may be having some problems. Whatever problems are there, you solve them. And ultimately, what you need to give is long-term plan. Don't give any short-term plans to the entrepreneurs, because it's like you become like a family member of the enterprise. That should be the spirit of MSMEs, particularly the micro enterprise. So opportunities are, these are the areas which you can think about. Next, please. Then funding. You have lot of options. I can tell you, hundreds of options are available, fund-based and fee-based. Within that, so many options are available. You name it, you have funding. So that can be done. Then next, please. Yeah. This is upgrading skills of employees that you can develop. We do such programs to go to enterprise. Skills are to be improved. What is first important is we say GMP, good manufacturing practices. Then guiding the entrepreneur, what kind of formalities to be followed, so that you'll have. Then any specific issue that comes, do some research and then resolve that issue. That can happen. So this is opportunities are concerned. Yeah, next please. Yeah, this is actually what I have been suggesting right from last 40 years being a CMA member, and my contribution with the institute is almost 40 years, and most of our CMA members have good rapport with them. Now, what you can do is sustaining, one member in the field to be applied, and then have the long-term plan. So that one-to-one can be developed. Then growth of seniority. Then identify one person who is an expert, and that was one. Then build the profile. Then make role model for others. So two models I have been suggesting. Though institute is not because there is a lot of limitations, but any member can interact with other member of common interest and create your own models. So that is where opportunities will come to everybody. So that's where we are talking about. Yeah, next is over. Yeah, any questions and answers? You're welcome. Hope I conveyed my message. Anybody
Yes,
would like
sir.
to?
Yeah, no questions are raised. I think everybody was pleased to listen to you. So there were around 300 plus attendees.
Madam,
So
you can share my email to them. Whoever
yes,
wants,
yes.
let them interact with me.
Yes,
No
yes.
problem.
If any member asks for your PPT, also we'll be sharing, because that was a very nice PPT. So far we have seen. And
It's
thank
almost
you, sir.
15 days to complete that email.
Yes, sir.
PPT.
Around 50 PPTs are there. So thank you, sir, for your nice presentation. And because our timing, as our timing is short, you have to run a little bit, because the slides were very nice. Nice presentation was there, sir. Thank you very much on behalf of our MSME and Startup Promotion Board, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
My pleasure. So shall we leave the meeting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Leave anyway, na?